away in the back. Can I see 4? We have 4 bid, 4 to that bid. At 400, you're out. 400.
Selling just about anything by auction, that is taking bids, has an honoured past, I'm sure. In Pattaya it arrived some 6 or more years ago when John Collingbourne, a professional auctioneer from Wales, arrived with an extraordinary array of things to sell. He's been doing it ever since on a Saturday, and it's become quite an occasion to attend. John, when the colourful business of auctioneering first arrived in Pattaya, you were the man who brought it, as I recall.
Being an auctioneer in England or in Wales, I came over here, ran a hotel for 10 years, and I still always had that in the back of my mind. Auctioneering, I miss it. And then we sold the hotel, and I thought, what am I going to do? So we looked for premises and took them and built, and we filled the gap in Pattaya, and here we are today.
Yes, it did take off, it seemed to me, right from the start.
It did, yeah. We were very lucky that we hit the right button and it took off.
And you had the right equipment. You had that pulpit that you still have.
Yeah.
You had this gavel, I would call it. I think you say a hammer, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got a very interesting accent, so it was all set to really succeed.
You reckon that's a success to you?
I do, yes. It keeps them interested.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a degree of showmanship involved in this kind of
Very, very much so. Very much so. Especially when you're dealing with across the board. If we were Sotheby's, it would be very straight-laced and it would be everything. But with us, we've got electrical, we've got antiques, we've got household effects. There's such a cross-section of stuff that comes in that you've got to have a sense of humour.
Yeah.
You've got to.
And you've got hours ahead of you every time you hold a Saturday auction, haven't you?
Oh yes, we run for about 6 to 7 hours, non-stop. But now, it's not only myself, I do most of the antiques and the jewellery, and then I have a Thai apprentice. He does then about 150 to 200. Then we go on to a third auctioneer to finish the sale off. I just could not cope. I was doing 600 or 700 lots, 6 hours, and then staggering to the pub, but couldn't do that anymore.
The wonderful array of things that you sell here, where's that being sourced? Locally?
The antiques, a lot of the antiques now, we've been lucky to have a dealer that brings antiques in from England in a 40-foot container every 3 months. We have local collectors buy that because he knows exactly what he's doing. He brings lovely clocks, lovely cranberry glass, silver plate, china, ceramics. He brings nice, beautiful paintings. And of course, all us Farangs, I don't care where you're from, if we're from England, we miss our little bits, we miss our silver, we miss our bit of china, we miss our lovely pictures. Yeah. And all we have here, no disrespect, it's a lovely country and I love living here, but we got Buddhas everywhere. You know, so a little bit of England on the wall, and it seems to be successful. We're doing okay.
It does, and some of Grandma's cut glass and crystals there too.
Yeah. Did you see the champagne flutes there today?
I did, yes.
They're lovely.
Didn't buy them, but...
No, I bought them.
Oh, yeah. And they say that auctioning is the only way to really find out the true value of something. Now, maybe you've added to the value, or you think it is the true value?
I think that things here, although the dealers that bring the stuff from England over to here are making money, they obviously wouldn't do it otherwise. Still, a lot of Thai dealers are coming here from Bangkok, they're coming here from Pattaya and the surrounding area. They're buying stuff here and retailing it again and doubling their money. So yes, they're doubling their money. So it's a twofold. It's making profit from England to here, then it's making more profit again for somebody, unless of course it goes to a private individual, such a collector, where it stays in the house. Yeah. Also in sales, I often hear that with cars and houses and so on, they're frequently selling a dream, an aspiration as much as anything else. What are you selling here, do you think?
in that regard?
It's something they can't get anywhere else. They can't get it anywhere else. The antique side of it, they have to come. So they're addicted to it. They're addicted to my auction on a Saturday morning. It's wonderful.
Well, I think you're selling history in a way, personal
We are,
history.
yeah. Like you heard me say today, a little fender. We had a lovely little brass fender
Yes.
in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that would have been an apprentice piece, or a travelling salesman would have taken that around to the ironmonger shops to tell them to show them what the big one would look like when it was delivered. You see that? It's a miniature made for the travelling salesman. He couldn't lump a big one round with him, but he'd take that. And that's what they were made for. The small furniture, small bits of brass and things. Yeah.
You've expanded here, haven't you, since you moved to this site quite a long time ago. You've branched off
5 years,
cars
yeah,
and
yeah.
boats and all
Yeah.
sorts of things.
Yeah, we've had to move with it. The gap was there. The gap was there, and we've built it. We've got, at the moment, there's a bit of a downturn in Thailand, not only Pattaya, and a lot of people are closing their shops. They're closing their cafes. They're closing their bars and restaurants. We have this building behind me now. That's nearly all for liquidated stock, for stuff. They say, John, we're closed. Come and empty it, bring it in and sell it. And before this building the roof was on it and the walls were up, the slab was down and the slab was full of furniture, sheeted down. That's how the stuff was coming in. It's eased up a bit now because the wobbly ones have wobbled and they've fallen over and they've sold up. And it's not quite so serious as it was. We're not having the massive volume we had 6 months ago, but even so, it's still a serious situation out there. And we've had to expand. I didn't want to build another shed, but we had to. With the cars, we had the cars outside in the yard when we started. No good. I had to put a proper car auction up for them, for people to stand up and bid. So yeah, it's quite a success story, our little auction in Pattaya. Quite a success story. I would like to franchise it in Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Phuket, you know. But it's time and it's effort, and I'm getting older, so I'm quite happy with what we have here.
Well, it's amazing how far you've taken that little hammer of yours there that does great things, including allowing you to let off steam if they're a bit slow with their bid.
Sorry about that. I forgot you were there. I forgot you were there.
Do you sometimes feel like hitting them over the head?
Well, no, I tell them straight, you know, they know, and then they come up and say, you passed on so-and-so lot. How much is it? I say, go and see the office, sir, go and see the office. And shoot them off down the office. They still buy, you know, whether I drop the hammer or not. It's on the cheaper stuff.
I think that a lot of your audience, which it is, are as addicted to auctions as you are to...
Auctioneering.
Auctioneering, a great business. Thanks, John.
Thank you very much.
It seems that the Saturday morning professionals get in nice and early and make some notes.
I'm not a professional.
You're
I'm
not,
just
no.
a private person. I'm
But
selling this today.
You're a keen buyer and seller?
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's as much fun as it is anything else, but there are some very nice items to pick up here. This is mine. I'm selling this today.
Well, this is one of the nicest pieces in the whole auction today, isn't it?
This was not... I bought this in the auction. I can't
Oh,
remember.
did you? Yeah.
2 months ago, and I bought the cup separately.
And do you remember what you paid for this? I guess you would.
600-700 baht.
That was a good buy, wasn't it? How did it look then?
Oh no, it was black. It was black. It looked like pewter. And these are all separate. We took them back, polished them up and bring them back in. We're not doing it we're doing it for fun. This is a fun place. Some very nice people come in for fun.
And I noticed this morning that the keen people really get in quite early, don't they, to have a good look around?
There's 2 things you can do. You come in and you can take the lot numbers, so you can go and have a cup of tea if you're nowhere near the lot number, and then you can also get the pricing from the desk. You can go and say to them, that's lot number, whatever. What's the reserve, and if the reserve's sensible, you'll sit there. And we sit there, and then John does his bidding.
Yeah.
But it works well.
It must
There
be
are a number of dealers, mainly for the night markets, but it's good fun. We do it for fun.
It must be one of the oldest ways in the world to sell things. Would you imagine that?
I think it is, and yet I've never been to one even in the United Kingdom. This is the first time I've ever been to an auction,
Incredible.
and I just think it's good fun, and the people are good fun.
So, what's the reserve on this today? Since it's public knowledge, you can tell us. About 200?
2,000
Oh,
baht,
2,000.
£40.
£40 on,
Yeah.
a couple of thousand baht, and in the condition it is, it's very likely to make that, isn't it?
Well, those two people will be interested. One, a dealer who will move it on, or the other people who want it for themselves.
Yes. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you very much.
I'll take 2,000 for those. 15, 1,000, 1,000. I don't understand the value of that bit. That value of that on 87 now. That value of that. Right. Oh, I tell you what, Boyle, you got your thing in the air, you bought them. That's 400 baht. Jealousy 5. At 400 baht, I'll take 5.
Quite a few successes here today. Not everything sold, but your beautiful. Well, we thought it was pewter, didn't we? That jug you sold, but bought, I think, a satisfactory price.
Well, it's about 500 above the reserve I'd put in, and there was a fair bit of interest in it. It's not to make money; it's for fun. That's what I said before.
And if you make a profit along the way, all
Oh
the
yes,
better.
absolutely. And there's some nice stuff there that people can buy and just clean up and sell again if they want to.
And with the one that you sold, do you think it went to a good home?
I'm not sure. I was looking to see who actually bought it. It may have gone to a dealer and he'll break it up again. Life, you know.